Welcome everyone here to the Smash Port Show right here on Smash FM here on a Tuesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends up in Brisbane in particular and speak to, of course, our amazing Queensland ambassador up there. Of course, she won a AFLW premiership with the Brisbane Lions. But, of course, most importantly, we are actually speaking about her local team, which is Coorparoo, which unfortunately got knocked out on the weekend against Maroochydore. Of course, her name is Jade Ellenger. She joins us right now. Thanks, Jade, for joining us.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much for having me again. Yeah, unfortunately, knocked out of finals now, but still plenty to talk about since we last spoke.
Well, let's talk a bit about the game against Maroochydore. I guess didn't quite go your way throughout that game, but you were in it, and I think you actually had the lead at one stage in that game. But I guess what happened from about halftime onwards?
Yeah, it was a tough game. They're a really good young side, and we knew that they'd be coming out firing from the get-go, which they did. We started pretty well. We're pretty unfortunate with a few injuries as well, a few players going down about halftime. But we stuck with it. We probably blew a few of our chances in the second half. We had a lot of the footy and didn't capitalise, but Maroochydore were a really good side, so I can't really take much away from them. They were able to hit targets inside 50 and convert from there. So it was a very windy day as well. So the goals were good to get them, especially if you get them into the wind. So, but unfortunately means our journey comes to an end, but we'll be backing everyone else in for a good final series from here.
A couple of years, including that were playing in the AFLW, only came back for 3 or 4 games in the back half of the season, obviously due to both seasons colliding, especially at the first half. I know that you were more focusing on the Lions campaign throughout the AFLW, but was it sad to not also play for your Coorparoo team?
Yeah, obviously it's disappointing that we missed a lot of that season, obviously for good reason, but it would be nice if we could, hopefully next year it goes back to normal and we can play more of a full season with the girls. It feels when the girls have played most of the season and then we come back in and start pushing people out, it's not the best feeling. So we're very grateful that at our club they love and happy to have us back into the side. So we're very lucky there, but it would have been nice to play a few more games throughout the year. But now that they've brought the season forward again for the Lions season and the AFLW season, it should actually work out all right. It's not too long without footy, luckily.
We'll talk a bit about that in a moment, but I think 4 or 5 games you played throughout the season. Yeah. Of course, when you came back, I think it was a pretty, you were outside the top 4 when you came back. By the time you came back and played the finals and all that, of course, you jumped in on the very last round against Yeronga and not the defending champs out of the finals race. Tell us a bit about the crazy month that you had when you all came back.
Yeah, like we were probably sitting 5th and 6th at a lot of the time during the season. So coming back, I'm pretty sure we were in 6th position. We couldn't really lose a game. We couldn't lose a game if we wanted to make finals. And yeah, it came down to us and Yeronga in the last game, which was actually probably one of the best games of the year. So it was a shame that we had to knock each other out because we always have such a good game. Felt like we were playing a grand final, but it was pretty crazy. We had a few games at Grange, Aspley, and then Coolangatta and Yeronga at the back end, and they were all really tough games. But we knew we had to win and had to win by a lot in some of them as well to get into finals. So we were pretty lucky we got there in the end.
Okay, you mentioned about that game against Yeronga, which was the game I was hoping to get to in the last round, but unfortunately, obviously due to the lockdown down here, that wasn't going to happen. But you mentioned that was probably the best game of the season, and obviously both teams were fighting for that final spot on the ladder. I guess, did it feel like a finals game?
Yeah, it did. It really did feel like a finals game already. Like we knew coming into that game that it was do or die, and we knew that it was going to be a good game against them as well. It was just so high intensity. It was really high scoring. Like it felt like a final. The pressure was just like amazing across the field from both teams, and it was even up until about 2 minutes to go, and then we were lucky enough to put a goal or 2 on the end. But yeah, it really could have gone anyone's way, and they were up by almost. They kicked 4 goals straight on us at one point, so we didn't know where that game was heading, and luckily it came in our way. But yeah, it was a really good game.
Now, your development side, unfortunately, had to go the opposite end of Brisbane, of course, down to the Gold Coast for their second semi-final. Obviously, they went straight through to the grand final that win against you, got the job done. I guess how amazing is that team watching them play?
Oh, it's so good to see them get into another grand final. Hopefully they can go back to back, and I have every faith that they will. They've been such a good team like all year, and have really, really performed when they needed to, especially in the game on the weekend. So yeah, it'll be good to get around them, get them over the line again in the grand final. So we'll all be there for that.
I'm assuming that you should be supporting them at training, and obviously you mentioned on the day, which you did when they won the grand final against Yoronga, I'm pretty sure, last season at Bond. How supportive both teams been this season, or especially the time that you've been back?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like usually we all get to play at the same place, so we will always stay behind or come early to watch either team play. And the Dev girls have been like so awesome. They're always helping out on the field for us. And I know our captain Emma McKenzie is always running water or doing something for the Dev team as well. So we're like all one team, and the girls are still all training and stuff. And we'll head up there to help out with training, even though our season's over now. But we'll definitely all be there for grand final day with all of our Coops gear on, celebrating. So yeah, it'll be a huge day, but it'll be really fun.
Now, you just mentioned about your captain, Emma McKenzie, which I believe, I'm hoping this is correct, if I read this correctly. Did she announce her retirement?
She did, yeah. She played her last game on the weekend, unfortunately. She's been so good for us at Coorparoo. We'll really miss her, but hopefully she sticks around and she can be a coach or something like that.
Tell us how special was it to play alongside with her, and what have you learned from playing with her at Coorparoo?
It's been awesome to play with Big Mac. I've played with her since I came up from juniors, and seen how she's managed to develop her game from a ruck to a key forward, and how much work she put into that over the off seasons. Coming into the last 2 seasons, she's really taken her game to the next level. She's also the best human as well. She's really helped me out she's a paramedic, and I'm studying to be a paramedic as well. So I always ask her questions, and she's always happy to lend a hand and things like that. So she's helped me with a few of my assignments there, which has been really awesome. And hopefully we'll stay in touch, even if she's not at Coops or around Coops too much anymore. I'm sure we'll be good friends.
I believe that you're a coach as well, Jade. Am I correct? At another club?
I'm not coaching, sorry. I'm just I'm helping out with their girls program at my local club. Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that at Victoria Points.
Yeah, down at the Sharks there. So they're my local club. I wanted to go play down there when I started playing footy, but unfortunately they didn't have the numbers there for any girls teams. I think there was 4 of us who went and signed up that day. But now they've got I don't even know how many teams they've probably got. They've probably got over 7 teams now, from all the way from under 11s up into the women's team now. So I'm helping out running their program and just giving the girls a little bit of help wherever I can. So it's been really good to get involved in. It's only just started, but hopefully it'll be ongoing for the next few years. Yeah.
How special was it to rock up there at the Sharks to help the juniors out? And did you bring your premiership medal down there?
I didn't actually, but I think might have to get that one out if they wanted to have a look at it. But the talent, I was at the under 15s training last weekend, and they were insane. They were so good, and they've been a team that's been together for a few years and won a few premierships as well. So it's really good to see that where they're heading, and they're heading in the right direction. And who knows, one day they could be my teammate up at the Lions there. So hopefully that's the case.
What was the one thing you got regularly asked by the 15s there at the Sharks?
A lot of them were asking about when I started playing footy. So what did I want to do when I was their age? And I said, well, when I was your age, there wasn't an AFLW competition. So it's a completely different scenario that we were in back then. But as soon as I started playing footy, I knew that I wanted to do it and try and do it as well as I could, I guess. And then when the competition came along, it was just happened to be at the right time that I was eligible to be drafted. So yeah, a lot of questions around that. And then they were all asking what they can do and how they can get better. And so you just got to keep showing up to training.
I was going to get back to this question. I'm going to ask it now. Wasn't that long ago now. Of course, was back in April. Because when the AFLW Premiership, the Lions, the first one in 3 attempts that the Lions been to the grand final, got the job done against Adelaide, which was a revenge game from the first ever grand final. Did it on their home ground. Tell us how special was the day? And
no, it was the most amazing day, amazing week. Like, didn't matter where the game was going to head, it was always going to be such a special week. And it was really awesome that we could have all our family and friends there. They all flew across. Luckily, we didn't have any restrictions at that time coming from Queensland to South Australia, but it was such a special day, and it still feels a bit surreal. Like when we watch back the videos or we watch any clips from the game, it's still like, yeah, we actually did win. Like it's still so crazy that that's happened. But I think everyone's really starting to focus on the next season now. We had our time soaking it all up and enjoying the win, but we're back to club footy and training pretty quickly. So everyone's super keen for the next season.
So based off the photos that I saw on Insta the last couple of weeks, how was the celebrations like, Jade?
They were good. They were very large, and they went on for a while. But you only win a premiership once, so gonna have to celebrate it. Well, hopefully you don't only win it once, but yeah, it was good to just take it all in and really celebrate with all of the girls. And we had such a good time with our coaches and all of the support staff, and just everyone involved was just so happy that we couldn't stop celebrating if we tried.
So I have to ask then, how long did you wear your premiership medal around your neck for? And was it easy to get the medal out of to get the medal from Adelaide to Brisbane?
I probably wore my medal for far too long, but I kept it in my bag. So it was literally came with me everywhere, probably up until only a few weeks ago. So it's time to put that one away and maybe put it in a frame or something so I could stop taking it everywhere. But yeah, no, it was good. They were good to get across. That we were wearing them all on the plane on the way home. So luckily we could keep those ones on.
Now, the other question I know you ask when premiership teams win a premiership, which is, I know that you took a photo with the Premiership Cup there, which is that's a pretty big cup when
Huge.
I looked at it. So yeah. I know during this COVID times you're not meant to, kiss the cup, but did you kiss the cup?
Yeah, we did. We definitely did. We could not. We cleaned it. We cleaned it between.
Is that the most special achievement that you've had, winning that AFLW Premiership?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it was such a special group. So to win with all of my best friends by my side, and we're just having the best team and the coaching staff and support staff around us, it's definitely a very, very special win and a very special group to do it with.
Now, I know a couple of them are playing at Coorparoo, but also pretty much most of them are playing at the moment in the final series as well, which we'll talk about that in a moment. But tell us the players that played in that AFLW Premiership team that's at Coorparoo, and how special is to play alongside them?
Yeah, we're really lucky that there's quite a few of us who can still all play together and try and keep some of the group together as well. So I play with Talia Hickey and Ali Anderson. Whoosh as well is down at Coorparoo. So is Zilks and Jessie, although they've been injured in a way, so haven't been playing as much. But they've all been around the club, and they're such a good bunch of girls. So it's really good that we all get to stay in touch that way. Plus, really good that we can all still stay together and train, and especially with them, we're all really good friends as well. So it's nice to keep some of the bunch around. But yeah, everyone's all spread out at the moment, which is good. Good to go back to our club footy and have a bit of a rivalry. 3
teams left. Maroochydore, UQ and Bond. Obviously Maroochydore and Bond play in the prelim this week. I guess are you going to hopefully come get down there to support your fellow Lions teammates?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll be heading down to the game this weekend as well. Got a lot of close friends playing in these games, so it's going to be hard to try and choose one to go for. But yeah, UQ is looking very strong at the moment, and there's a lot of the girls in that team, so they'll be really good in the grand final. But it'll be interesting to see who wins this weekend out of Maroochydore and Bond, to be honest. Could be a tough game.
Tell us how competitive the competition is up there, because I know it's been it's been closer than it's ever been this year. Obviously, with Coolangatta went from grand finals to bottom. Asbury came up in the top 4, and then they dropped off a bit when the AFLW players came back. UQ came from nowhere to go back to into the finals. Is this the closest season that you've seen or been involved in?
Yeah, I reckon it is. There's been a lot of changes in the ladder throughout the year from round 1 to now. So it would have been impossible to try and pick the top 4 at any point, really. So yeah, it's good, and it's like so awesome to see that UQ into their first grand final, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just for the rest of the clubs as well, they've all done really well this year. It's definitely the closest it's been.
So out of the premierships that you've won, the AFLW, for the Lions, the QAFLW with Coorparoo, and obviously all your junior ones there as well with Coorparoo. Can you rank them?
Probably pretty hard to go past an AFLW premiership. It was probably just above the Coorparoo one, and then obviously junior ones after that. So yeah, I can rank them, but also the Coorparoo one that we won, that was also a really special year as well, because we got to play the full year. And it was an awesome group to be a part of as well. So I've been pretty lucky with teams we win premierships with have been the best bunch of people as well. And a lot of them who I've won them with, I've played in both of them. So yeah, it's been really good to be able to do that with some familiar faces by my side.
I guess, now you've won pretty much all the premierships that are on offer in the sport. Do you kick yourself thinking, wow, how amazing the achievements you've achieved even though I know you got a lot of footy left in you, Jade, so I know that. And I know there's hopefully more premierships coming your way soon. But are you kicking yourself in how quick in regards to so many achievements throughout your journey so far?
Yeah, definitely. It seems a bit surreal. It seems like some people don't make grand finals ever in their footy careers, and most people will never win a premiership. But to come out and win a few premierships, I've been very, very lucky with the teams I've been in and how well that we've gone. And yeah, hopefully there's a few more coming. I'm not exactly ready to retire just yet, so fingers crossed there's some more AFLW and QAFL premierships coming through as well.
Now, out of the premiership coaches that you played, is there one that stands out to you the most? And what have you learnt from that premiership coach?
It's probably, they're all great coaches. Like I love them all very much and have a great relationship with them. But one player and coach who's had a big influence on my footy career would be Sally Young. She was my first coach at Coorparoo and juniors, and we won a premiership that year. And then to go on and win more with her as a player and as a teammate is pretty special, and she's really done a lot for my footy career. So yeah, she's probably definitely up there. But in saying that, Macca and Craig have been huge parts of my footy life as well. So they're all pretty great. But first premiership coach is Sally Young, is hard to go past.
Of course, she's going for another one herself in the development team at the moment. Now, all the achievements that you've achieved so far, what does the sport of footy mean to you now, and especially now playing at Coorparoo?
It means a lot to me. Obviously, I love sport, and I love being a part of the clubs that I'm a part of. Coorparoo is always going to be one of my favourite clubs in the entire world. So it's such a great place to be a part of, and I love all the players and the everyone who runs it down there. So yeah, they're a very special place in my heart for Coorparoo, and I'll hopefully be there for a long time now.
And what will be your advice to kids out there, or even anyone out there in Queensland, especially now amazing popularity it's been now with obviously the Brisbane Lions win the AFLW, the AFL Grand Final was up there last year. What would be your advice to people to get on board on this AFL bandwagon?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a team, a local team, and got any training sessions you can go to, just get out there and do it. You'll meet some of the best people in the world, and you never know what doors it'll open for you. So yeah, definitely reach out to your local clubs and get into it.
Now let's finish off with a couple of lighthearted questions about your Coorparoo teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moments on the field?
Oh gosh, there's probably a lot. Probably getting falconed, and it's happened to too many people, so I can't even put names onto it at the moment. But yeah, everyone's been getting falconed at the moment. So
who's the comedian, the best singer, and the best dancer on the team?
oh wow, I'd say comedian would probably have to be Bosco. Best dancers probably Ali Anderson, and best singer, oh, not many, that's for sure. Not great singers. We'll stick to footy.
All right. Yeah, that's fair enough. Now, is there anyone on the team into their TikToks?
Oh, there was during COVID. There was a lot more people on TikTok, but yeah, it's probably just me and Ali now. We just post random videos. So yeah, probably just that. I think I haven't seen anyone else do too many at the moment, but yeah, maybe we'll have to bring that back.
So, considering you and Ali are the only ones at the moment into their TikToks, did you do any TikTok dance with the Premiership Cup?
We didn't actually. I think we were. I know. A bit shocked that didn't occur, but yeah. Well, maybe we'll have to go grab it and do some more.
All right. Well, that might be a challenge. We'll finish off with this last two, which is how special is to have Smash FM as your player sponsor again for the 2021 season?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Obviously, we haven't had a chance to chat as much with the shortened season, but it's been great to have your support. And I know the club really appreciates it, and I really appreciate it as well. So yeah, hope we did you proud.
Absolutely. And how special to be, part of the Smash FM family in the last two seasons now.
Yeah, no, it's been really great. So really appreciate it, and I feel very lucky that you still want me to be on board and support the Coorparoo Kings and myself as well. So yeah, very grateful, and fingers crossed we can get at least one dangly for you this year.
Well, let's hope so. Of course, they get a break this week from playing, but I'm sure they'll be ready to go in 2 weeks' time. And but Jade, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. It's awesome having you on the show. Definitely our favourite player, no doubt about that. And I was so happy that that achievement that you've had this year with the AFLW. And let's hope next year you can make the double with winning the AFLW and the QAFLW in the same year.
Yes, fingers crossed we can do that for you. But yeah, thanks so much for having me on board. Yeah, enjoy.
No worries. And that's Jade Ellenger there, of course, joining us there from the Coorparoo Football Club, of course, as well as the premiership player there at the AFLW with the Lions and the QAFLW with the Kings. Because if you want to get down there to support the Kings in the development team grand final, of course, played at Lionsden Park in Yeronga in 2 weeks' time. We'll put all the details up on that, which is on a Sunday afternoon. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.